Tracy Casey-Arnold, CEO and founder of Whatever It Takes Consulting, Whatever It Takes Radio Show, and WIT Ministry. Wanting to take some time as we dive into our monthly focus. And I'll be doing a video once every month to talk about our monthly focus and really kind of go a little bit deeper on the topic. But guys, make sure you come out to all of our monthly socials in San Antonio and Dallas and in Central Texas, Austin, because we will bring the word, we will bring scriptures, we will hear what God has to say and bring hopefully something that equips you and empowers you on that monthly topic. Where this month's topic to me is one of my favorite ones. It's one that I could pull up a chair, I could kick off my shoes, let down my hair, and probably could hold a conversation with anybody, a man or a female, old or young, for hours and hours and hours, because boy, I got a testimony on this subject, because I'm sure you ladies do and you guys do as well. It is the month of love, and our monthly focus is called relationships. Loving myself, loving others. And I love the subtitle that we've used on all the flyers because it's all about relationships. And you know what? That is so true. Man, nothing is more greater than to be loved, and nothing hurts more than a broken heart when you are hurt. It's the biggest pain, the biggest joy. And that's why God said the most powerful thing above all these is love. And so what I want to talk about are these two topics: loving yourself and loving others. Let's start with loving ourselves, loving me. I think this starts 100% on who our Father is and who God says that we are. I think when you try to turn it to the flesh and you try to pick it apart, you try to decipher your worth and value, man, we can find some great things, and we find more lists of things that we don't like about ourselves than we do, because I feel we're in the flesh when we do that. But if we go to what God says, and the word is truth, and God says that you are perfectly made, and he says that you are more valuable than a sparrow, and that God sent his only son to die for you on the cross because he loved you above all things. If we just grab that moment, if we just swallowed it, and as Mary J. Blige says, we just let it breathe, what does that mean? If God's real and that's what he says, and the Bible is the gospel and that's in the Bible, then who and what does it say about who you are, your worth, and your value? And I feel it starts right there. I think when we take our eye off of God and we put it on ourselves, which means we become more self-focused than God-focused, it is so easy for us to forget, let alone add on a list of different things that we are not. And then we build a list so big that it's hard for us to have the confidence, the belief, to dream big, to get out there, take a leap of faith, to go run the race to win, because we feel like, man, should we even be in this race? Can we even win this race? And is this race something that I can receive, because am I worthy or valued? Same thing with relationships. We start to align ourselves with the people that we believe we are based on our worth. So if you feel that you're not worthy or valuable, one of two things happens. You align yourself with someone that, guess what, is going to validate that. And then in return, you're looking for them for the answers. You're looking for them to maybe one day make you feel like you're worthy or valuable or beautiful or sexy or pretty, whatever. And then we try so hard to appeal what they think and what they want that, again, we take ourselves from focusing on God, but now we're putting somebody else before him, being more focused on what they say, what they think, looking to them for validation. And I'm going to tell you my opinion, and this is what TA thinks, is that I guarantee it takes you off course for where God has for you, what he wants for you, and definitely causes you to feel something completely opposite than who he says you are and what your worth is. Then the other thing that we do is, man, if we don't keep our eye on God, then it affects how we feel about ourselves. But here comes the other coin. Then it is hard for us to love people the right way. It's kind of like, if you don't love yourself and you don't have something for you, then how can you go give love to somebody? You got to first own it and possess it and know what it looks like. And it starts with loving God first, then you, before you could ever give healthy love to someone. That means maybe you don't give them love, you don't pay them attention, you say horrible things to them, you pick them apart. Again, you have a hard time understanding what love is because you've not kept your focus on Christ, which validates and gives us the whole meaning of love and who we are and what our worth is. So if we don't know that, how can we give that kind of same worthy love to someone else? It is impossible to do. And you guys, and here comes the thing I'm going to say even before then. If we just keep our focus, as I said, on God, and we just stop right there. And I want you to ask yourself, did you wake up this morning? Are you breathing? Were you able to maybe go to work, or you have a job? Or do you have a family where you've got kids and you've got people who love you, or you've got friends? Were you able to hop on the internet to see this video? Man, God has loved you, provided you, delivered you from so many things, or you would not be here today breathing. So if that's the case, if we just focus on falling in love more with God, God then in return can fill us up, because there's no way that we can hear God, that we can find God, that we can know what God has for us if we do not have a relationship first with Him, and that we do not have a loving relationship where we are just in love with Him. Man, we want to hang out with Him, we pursue Him, we want to know what He thinks, we want to be around Him. It's kind of like a superstar. Or let's say an Oprah. Man, Oprah says something, we think, oh my God, Oprah says. Well, we need to have that same kind of love, that same kind of excitement as we have for all these movie stars and all these artists and all these people who write books. That's the kind of love that we need to have for God, and we need to look at Him as an expert of life, an expert of the heart, an expert of our worth and value versus everybody else. And again, if we just keep our eye on Him, if we work at loving Him the best we can, receiving Him, glorifying Him, praising Him, and man, falling in love, like I said, and I love that, falling in love, or you're ooey and gooey, and you just can't wait to be with them again. You want to know what they have to think and what they say, and whatever they say, man, is the truth, because the Word is the truth, and what He says is the Word. Everything else will be added into you. God will fill you up with such a love and a validation of who you are, and everything in your life will line up to it. From your career to your marriage, your relationships, to your income, to your relationship with your kids, man, even how you dress and how you walk and how you talk. Because if you truly fall in love with God and you receive, gosh, what He says you are and who you are and the love that He has for you, then you will realize that you're a king or a queen. And right there, you'll look at people and say, my daddy loves me better than that. Or my daddy said, or my daddy told me how we've all done as us being kids. That is what God gives us. And so in order to love ourselves the way we really need to, so that we can have the life that we want, and in order to love others or receive love, we have to focus on the number one love of all, and that is our love for Jesus Christ. And I'm telling you guys, if you do that, everything else will balance. You'll be, man, strengthening and healing your marriages. Okay, you'll be, man, having a better relationship with your children and your kids. You'll have a better relationship with your coworkers, your boss, and, man, people you pass. It will ooze out of you because God then will work in us, and that illumination from God will, man, set you to a new level, will open up new opportunities, will bring you your Boaz, or man, bring you your Esther or your Ruth. It will bring you the woman or the man that God has for you. And I'm going to tell you that when we focus on flesh, what we think we deserve or we want, or we go lean into our understanding of how to fix our marriage or how to get it all hot and steamy, and there is no one that is the healer of all healers, the provider of all providers, the fixer of all fixers, the love doctor other than our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ. So you guys, I'm hoping I've made some sense. I'm hoping that as people call me TA, it said something that just ignites your heart and equips your mind in a new thought process so that you can go thrive in this life and in this love relationship with Christ, so that you can have love, you can be loved the way He loves you, and you can bear fruit and love others. You guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you make it out to the monthly socials. Make sure you tune in to the Whatever It Takes show every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard, 12 Pacific, and yes, you guys, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'll talk to you guys next month, and be blessed. Bye-bye.